my drive to work. This is another morning of the chapter of my journey. What I'm going to be doing is every day, I'm going to be going out and driving to work every day, every single day. Real life, reality, no fake. Get up, 4 o'clock in the morning, you do a little workout, get your health straight. Then I gained a lot of weight, so I have to get my health back in order again. So I have to get my health straight. I did some study and styles that I was trying to learn how to invest in and do all that. Earlier was not that profitable. You would make some money, but not that much money. If I was younger, then I probably would have I probably would have been okay, knowing what I know now. That's why you're always wiser when you're older, And then when you're older, you can always be stupid, because being stupid would be getting involved with a lot of shit that people tell you to get involved with, and you lose a lot of money. Now doing it the Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett way together is kind of like they tell you not to do all that shit, not kind of stay away from high risk profiles, high risk investments and stuff. Because a lot of people want to get involved with what they call with crypto and stocks, but they're not really sure. Now, I admit, when I first started, I didn't know what the hell I was doing with crypto. I didn't know what I was doing with stocks. I didn't know nothing. Then we got this AI that came out that pretty much tells you what you can and can't do and what to stay away from. The AI pretty much tells you that you can do certain things and then there'll be certain risk, and that's pretty much what this channel is pretty much about. Like how these cars just drive up on your ass and just do their thing, Traffic, road rage, I guess. A lot of road rage on the road today. A lot of road rage. People like to drive up on your ass and then do nothing about it after that. So, what you gonna do, man? What you gonna do? Oh, he drove up on my ass and he's still going on US 1, and now I'm bypassing his ass. Stupid, these idiots. Oh, sorry. I'll get back to the subject. All right. So you gotta pay attention when you're driving. You can't just so many things, Gotta get at 4 o'clock in the morning, do my sit-ups. All right, so these are the things that you guys need to do. All right, you guys need to get up in the morning at 4 o'clock, do some push-ups, some sit-ups. What do you call that? Planking or whatever that is. It's the same thing as sit-ups. Oh, there's a cop right there. Well, let me drive up on his ass now. Let me see how that works. What if I drive up on your ass now? What you gonna do now? Huh? Now I'm on your ass. I'm on your ass now, guy. What? Oh, sorry about the road rage. Road raging again. All right, so yeah, the first thing that I've learned, it's kind of like my journey, is that I went into a lot of things that crapped out. A lot of investments that didn't work out. That like go right up on your ass. How you like that, huh? Trevor, right up on your ass. How you like that when somebody's on your ass, huh? What you gonna do? Oh, sorry, road rage again. So anyway, I've entered different platforms because I didn't know what I was doing and I was confused. I wanted to invest and make money. I did have everything before. I kind of knew the right ways to do it, and then stuck with those ways, and then made some money from doing it that way. But I'm I got to a point where you get married and then you get a divorce, and then she takes everything and you lose everything. So that's kind of how that went. So then you got to start from scratch again. You got to start from the bottom of the barrel. So then you try to figure out ways to get there faster because of all your situation you had. But time goes by, and then you lose out on that, and then time goes by again, and you lose out on another venture, and then you start losing every single damn time you get into something. You lose. You get into something. You get into this first thing, and then you lose. You get into the second thing, and then you lose. You get into this third thing, and you lose. And then you get a concept of what works and what doesn't. So I decided to, let me learn how to actually trade in the market. Let me see if I can actually trade in the market, learn the right ways. I mean, they got an AI out there that tells you what you can and can't do. You got the AI, you can put a bot in there, you can make money off of that, and you get all excited to do all that shit, right? So you get in there, you set up your bot, you throw in your money thinking that it's going to do you good. Then you find out later on in your account that you lost everything. Then you're all confused. I put all this money in there and it's gone. But the hype was, you put your money in there and you're going to make all this money. Then you lose out again. And then you get into a situation where you put your money into like all this other bullshit. Like, okay, I admit I did get involved in that earlier one called Novatech. And then when I got into Novatech, I was making like a ridiculous amount of money. And then they pretty much screwed me over. And then I lost everything. And then I felt like shit because I got people in. And then all those people didn't make out. They all lost money. They put a lot of money in the venture. They lost money. And because that was like the first sign that you need to start learning your own freaking shit. If you don't learn your own shit, then you're fucked, right? So then I figured, wait a minute, there's this second thing that comes out that does this. Oh, why not give myself a second try at it and see what happens? So you give yourself a second try, and you try it out again, and then that fucks you up. You lose all your money on that too. So you get all fucked up on that shit. And so that one was called GS Partners, right? That was GS Partners. So the first one was Novatech, got bugged over. But the Novatech one lasted pretty long. I could have took my money out and made a lot of money from the Novatech one. The Novatech was one where I could have profited a lot, but it lost a lot, and it lost money. There's a lot of money that's been lost with the people that you got in. They lost money. So I felt like shit because they lost all their money and you lost all your money. So what the fuck? So the GS Partners was the same way. So I figured I'm not going to get that much people in there. I'm just going to join it, try to see if I can make back the money that I lost from the Novatech one. And then everything was going good. I put a lot of money in there to make back the money I lost. And then I was going to make back the money I lost to pay back the money that I lost for those other people that I got in. And then they went to shit. Lost money on that shit too. My, all right. So, hey, who's that? Stephen Kelly. What's up, Stephen Kelly? What's your question? Your plan is totally pointless. Well, your plan is totally pointless. Are you like what? Are you like making shit? Trying to focus, can't drive and read at the same time. Are you like making 250K in another job? This all goes down. How much debt and assets do you? Oh no, don't worry about that. Yeah, but listen, if you read Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett, you pretty much got a basic idea on how investing and all that works. And then when you follow them, I'm just telling you my story. That's all. What I've been through, what I went through, and kind of like after I get through all that shit, I'll talk about what's going on right now. Right now, I've situated a system where I created a machine, and the machine will calculate everything and make me the money that I need. I basically organized a system that um, generates money through the stocks and through crypto. And I'm doing it all based on myself, and I'm not going into joining other companies to do that. I'm kind of like trying to tell everybody that instead of joining these companies to actually get them to trade for you, you can actually do this thing on your own. You know what I mean? All this shit can be done on your own. You can collect dividends. You can collect from the ETFs. You can join life insurance policies. And then depending on a certain type of life insurance policy, then you can collect money from that as well and then put that into the system. So I created this machine where it's like it rotates and it gets into like this big ass snowball and just keeps rolling down, collecting, and boom, because I do the Charlie Munger style, which is basically compounding. The compounding works only if you get involved with these stocks that generate dividends and grow on top of it. So as you keep compounding in, the compound then generates its own money flow. Then you don't no longer need a source of income, but a job, because then the stock is already producing that income for you. So yeah, so just kind of like telling everybody